Hello and welcome to your Wednesday advanced call. My name is Jared Krebs. I'm here live in San Antonio, Texas. And before we bring on our special guest for today, I want to remind you of 10 things to expect when building your USANA business. Number one, there will be ups and downs, just like anything. Number two, success or failure is up to you. If you succeed, it's because of you. If you fail, it's because of you, not because of the person who invited you to USANA. Number three, the goal is for you to become independent and be an independent leader for your team. Number four, make your plan on the weekends, do it, review it, and make adjustments. Plan, do, review, and adjust. Number five, it's going to take time. It's going to take 1 year to become competent at the skill sets to do this. It's going to take 3 years to develop a significant part-time income. It's going to take 5 years to develop a significant full-time income and 7 years to become world-class. Now, it can happen faster, but it's still going to take time. Number six, it takes consistent work and hustle. You have to be consistent. That's the name of this game. Number seven, you're going to have to grow outside and get outside of your comfort zone and do Facebook Lives. Yes, I said it, Facebook Lives. Number eight, mental toughness is necessary. You just got to be mentally tough. Number nine, the grass is not greener in other companies. Really, the grass is greener where you water it. I've seen people leave USANA and never make what they make in their USANA business. They end up coming back to USANA. And then number 10 is, this is a long-term game. USANA is 26 years strong with over 2.5 billion paid to its associates. So you can think about just the stability of USANA, which is so unique in the industry. I see companies come, I see companies go, but USANA stays consistent, and that's the beauty of USANA. So that being said, last thing, always remember, amateurs sell products, but professionals sell the vision. Make sure that you're sharing these stories with your clients and sharing the vision of USANA, not just the great products, but also the great finances, the personal growth, and the community. And few have done it as well as Cordia Leung from Dallas, Texas. She is a diamond director, a six-figure earner, and she's been in USANA for 9 years. Cordia, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. We are so excited to hear your story. We want to know what it was like before you started with USANA, like what were some of the challenges, who introduced you, how did you overcome the challenges once you started USANA, because having a business, you have to overcome challenges. And then what's your life like today thanks to USANA? Welcome, Cordia.
Thank you. Thank you, Jared. Thank you for having me. I started USANA about 9 years ago when my friend from church, actually, she introduced it to me. And I was a controller. I was an accountant at a corporate public company at that time. So to me, my work is full, like a lot of work. It's just everyday hustle and bustle, and we have to chase the deadline. Especially, I work for a public company, and I was in charge of the accounting department. So I had to file SEC reports. I had to in charge the whole accounting department. So very busy lifestyle. And my son at that time was very little. Well, physically, he was very little for whatever reason. So my husband and I, we are not little people, but he just become very like skinny, like a malnutritional, like a little person. So my friend from church, she introduced USANA to me, and I started letting my son take the USANA mode. At that time, he was about 5 years old. So, and then after a couple months, I saw the improvement in his diet or his appetite. Then I slowly just be very interested in the company and what is he taking, what is this? And at that time, actually, my friend Rebecca, she at that time, she just joined USANA not too long ago, but her sister from Hong Kong, Ada Chai, and she's already like a diamond director or 2-star diamond director at that time. So that's where one Christmas, I remember she came to Dallas and visited us. And she was just telling me, she said, Cordia, since you love the product, why don't you become an associate and use it and do a business with it? So at that time, I told her, I said, Ada, I made income like 100, at that time, $100 here, $100 there. I say, this thing doesn't really work for me. You know, since the product is really good, I introduce it to a friend a little bit here and a little bit there. But she said, well, you need to sit down and let me show you exactly how to do this business. So when she showed me, that was like after a year already by using the product. And this time I was really paying attention, like to learning what she's saying. Then I totally get it, you know, after she say it. So after she left, I draw those circles actually. I draw it to show it to my husband. And he said, oh yeah, that seems to work. So that's how I started my USANA business. So,
wow, that's exciting. So in other words, you were a client first. You fell in love with the products. They really helped your son.
mm-hmm.
You were making little checks, but you didn't really maybe see how it could become a big thing for you. And then your sponsor met with you and showed you the compensation plan and kind of cast that vision for you of how it could work for you long term. And that's when you saw it, when she cast the vision of the comp plan. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Oh, I'm interested. I'd love to know like what she drew for you one day. I'm sure everyone would.
That will be another lesson.
That will be another day for sure.
Yes.
So okay, so you saw the vision of what USANA could do for you. You saw the comp plan. You decided you wanted to actually pursue it and build a business. So then what did you do after that?
Well, that sets my mindset to really pursue the business. So once I have my mindset, and at that time also, coincidentally, the company I work for is going down the hill. So I know, you know, I have this chance. I have this USANA business chance that I can see the vision and the future of it. But my company is kind of like forcing me to go into this business, because my company, it seems like overnight, but it wasn't overnight, but it was within a year. Slowly the sales are going away. Our biggest sales were taken by a competitor. So I was in a high-tech company. So I saw all of a sudden, it seems like the trend change. And since I was in the accounting department, I saw the whole figures, and I saw just batches of layoffs at that time. So I was very vulnerable. Actually, everybody in the company was very vulnerable. And I worked for the company for, at that time, about 9 years, 8 or 9 years already. And I was in the industry, I was in the accounting field for about 20 years. So it's just like put me into this position, say, okay, if I continue look for another job, I can try again for another 20 years, then what? It's going to be the same thing. Why not taking this chance? Why not really build a business? Why not really working it really, really hard? Do the right thing and then make it work. If it doesn't work, worst to worst, I go back to work. So that's where I really set me the mindset, say, okay, I have to make it work, because I know it worked, because the mentor in front of me, she worked, and I know, and we have the good company, good products, so I know it will work. So that's
awesome. Yeah. So let me ask you, did you actually leave the job and go USANA full time, like right away, or did you start part time?
No, I start part time because the company doesn't just shut the door right away. So slowly, I was the very last one. I closed the book for them because it's a public company. So I have to just pretty much the last person to go.
So how much time did you have between like knowing that the company was eventually going to close and saying, okay, I'm going to build my business, until boom, I go full time?
About 9 months. 9 months to a year.
So for 9 months, you were like, all right, I just got home from work. Let's build my business. And you were very intentional about, I'm sure, the actions. And what are some of the actions that you were doing during those 9 months to build your business?
Well, it's the fundamental, right? You have to prospecting, you have to call people, inviting them to take a look at your product and your company, presentations, meetings, and then building with our teams. At that time, we set up an office here locally in Dallas and start doing the meetings. At that time, we don't have Zoom, so we have weekly face-to-face meeting. And I built with my China, the teams from China. So we start using WeChat. We don't have Zoom at that time, but we use WeChat.
Okay. So no secrets, nothing out of the ordinary, just fundamental inviting, presenting the products and the company to people the best you could, training the team, doing in-person meetings, doing meetings. Now with Zoom, are you doing more a lot of Zoom meetings like this with your teams and prospects?
Yes. We utilize Zoom. Thank God for Zoom.
Yeah.
We put our meeting into Zoom so more people can join, and also the overseas team members, they can join. So that's a very, very good tool that everyone can see each other and then be on the same page.
That's super exciting. Yeah, with technology, it's really made things so much easier to build this type of a business. And it's so great to bring in clients. I know I'm personally having one of my best recruiting years of my whole time, and I've been in 13 years. And it's all from social media,
Yes, that's wonderful.
Learning how to do it. So that's exciting to hear that you're also using social media. So during your 9 years, of course, we know that success doesn't just go like this. Success goes like this and like that and like this, and then kind of eventually gets better and better. But like, what were some of the challenges that you overcame during your journey that you feel like you'd like to share with us?
Yes. Well, after I built very rapidly, so I travel a lot to China at that time to build with the team over there. So after I hit that certain level, I felt like I was like reach a plateau. And then, it's just, then I kind of just let go of USANA, and I went into different business. I went into, well, not really let go, but I still keep the meetings, but not as
like you weren't actively putting in new people, developing new people. You were just showing up saying, "Hey, I'm the diamond." Were you a diamond director at the time, or?
Yes.
You said, "Hey, I'm the diamond. I did it. Here's, just managing the group, basically."
Exactly.
But you had other businesses going on. Yeah, I've been through that before too, and I came back to USANA. But you tell me what happened.
Yeah. So I just exactly, and my mind wasn't 100% on USANA anymore. So I was doing other business, and just to me, at the end, I came back because it's just the USANA. Well, because we have the product foundation, I believe. And to me also because my team, and I just feel like I can't just leave like that, that's the integrity, that's not me, So I still, well, when they are building, I can't just tell them, hey, you build, and then while I'm doing other stuff or part-timing other stuff. So that's why I just, after going around, and I came back. And when I come back, that's the stronger, that's the stronger, the more determined, the more with it's the fundamental, still doing the fundamental, but with a different mindset, so I have to make it work. I have to grow the Dallas market. There's just no way why Dallas is so little, comparing to San Antonio, for example. There's just no way. So that's where, when I come back with the stronger mindset.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so good. Well, it's just I think part of the evolution of being just a human being, you know, and you see other opportunities out there and say, oh
Mhm.
well, maybe it'd be easier to make more money there or this or that. And then like for me too, it was like for me it was I was looking into like wholesaling real estate, not a realtor, but just like looking into like flipping houses and stuff.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was doing.
oh, that's hilarious. And
Yes.
I just realized though that I mean I did a few of them and I still had my USANA and stuff, but
Mhm.
like I realized that I don't like making money that way. Like I prefer being like in my beautiful environment here in San Antonio, doing my workouts, not having to drive and see properties and deal with all
Mhm,
this crap.
mhm, mhm.
And like you know the fact that I can make even more money and I'm happier, you know, doing it this way. And it just yeah, but sometimes you have to go and see that to know that USANA is like such a great thing, you know. Uh,
Yes.
and so it yeah, definitely. I think also now that we have social media, it's just like it's like I've gotten my fire back, you know. So sorry, this isn't about me. Let's get back to your story. But I can identify, and thank you for being transparent, you know, and sharing that, you know, that's
Yeah.
part of like life and growing. So what's your life like today? Like what's a day in your life look like? Are you doing lots of in-person meetings still, or do you do mostly Zoom meetings? How do you prospect? You know, we want to know like how are you doing your business today in 2019?
Yeah, I do like right now what I do is I still prospect, I still do the fundamental, I still go to networking events. Like I still like to do it. And I like for example, right now I'm at a nonprofit organization. I volunteer. Like during the day I volunteer there. I volunteer and I use social media to just to know to to build personal branding. So people like they know okay they see me Cordia they will think about USANA. You know, just building that brand, and whoever wants that lifestyle, they will come talk to me or they will join me. So I still do traditional prospecting. I do social media, and I wish I can do more, like learn more and do more. Then I also do meetings using the Zoom with my team. So right now we have weekly meetings. We use Zoom to do the weekly meetings with our team. Then we use WeChat. It's like a Facebook. It's the Chinese Facebook. We use WeChat to keep track with our smaller team in China. So that's what I do, and I love it. It's just the whole lifestyle is so different than let's say when I was doing the commercial real estate or it's different. It's just I enjoy it more, and I just think no matter where you go, you come back to USANA. That's where I belong. That's how I feel right
That's how I feel too.
now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and it's just so nice to be able to go and let's say go to another city and
Hmm.
still build your USANA business, be on a trip, still be
Yes,
able to build your USANA business and connect with people. And I mean, you know, like in the real estate space, you have to be in that city. You know
yes,
that's where
yes.
you can't leave. You know,
Yes, exactly. And then the residual part, you know, well, I
yeah,
believe more multiple sources of income. I'm not saying real estate is not good because I'm still, you know, I still have passive
yeah,
income from that, which is great. But for USANA, it's the residual part. Like if we don't work, but you enjoy the residual. Well, at first it's hard because we
yeah.
have to put in a lot of work to make it the residual part come in. But
Hmm.
once the residual part come in, that's where we really enjoy it, and we are really living the lifestyle out. So we, you know, that's the part I just love it, you know, and you can have different sources, like multiple sources of income, but then make the USANA, you live your life, and I really enjoy that part.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's still okay to have other sources of income for
Hmm.
sure. And no, I totally agree with the lifestyle though, when it comes to like a main source of income, or like once you experience residual income, it's like you never go back. You'll run through walls to get it once you have
Yes,
it. You know, it's just
yes, and then you get more, you enjoy it, and then you can, and then the part is like where you can help more people, and then you help, especially when I help my team member, when they can retire from the 9 to 5 job, or
yeah,
they can get off the job and then be spending more time with their children, for example. So that's just, I just love that. I just love that. Yeah.
exactly. Seeing your team members have success is just the most beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we have some questions that are coming in on Zoom and actually also on Facebook. Our Facebook Live viewers, if you're watching on Facebook Live, type in your questions. I will ask Cordia the questions. But our first question comes from Gold Director Randy Krebs in Salt Lake City. He asks, is your team in mainland China or Hong Kong?
Mm. That's a good question. Well, I have both.
Okay.
I have team in mainland China. Then I also have a team in Hong Kong. So they are different, but I have both. Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm from Hong Kong, so.
Oh, you're from Hong Kong. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And then he says, have you been working with a team that is building baby care?
Yes.
That's because that's the USANA China brand, right?
That's the China. Yes, that's the China. Yes.
They're not called USANA there. They're called baby care. Is that right?
They call baby care USANA.
Oh, okay.
They have a Chinese name, Bao Bi Kang, for USANA. So they call it like baby care USANA.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Next question is from Phyllis Walker from Bountiful, Utah. She asks, what books do you recommend?
What books?
Mm-hmm.
I like the book Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
And I mean, I love, I just, that's the book that I will read over and over again. Then, of course, we recommend the Invisible Miracle from Dr. Wentz. And then, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, those classic.
Those are the ones.
Classic books.
Think and Grow Rich, Invisible Miracles by our founder, Dr. Wentz,
mm-hmm.
and Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a book called, I know it, I don't know what it called in English, but in Chinese it's called 百岁人生. Right now it talks about like nowadays 100 years. I think the English is called 100 years. So it talks about nowadays we live close, or we live 100 years old. So how can we get ourselves health-wise ready to prepare for that, and then also financially prepare for that? So that's the book I'm reading right now. It's called 100 Years Old. 100
years old, but it's only in Chinese?
No, I don't think it's only in Chinese, but the one I'm reading is in Chinese, but I will figure out the English.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, but I'm sure people can Google 100 years old book or something, and probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that because, that's something that I'm sure everybody kind of thinks about at some point. Do they, how they're going to take care of themselves when they're older, and you really need health and money. You need both.
Yes. It talks about, is it really a blessing? Well, yes, of course it's a blessing, but when you don't have the health, when you don't have the financial resources, then it may not be a blessing. It may be a curse. Yeah.
I was talking to my grandma who's 92 years old just last night. I call her every Tuesday. Every Tuesday night. Wonderful. Every Tuesday night after salsa dance. I call my grandma.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And she was telling me yesterday, she's like, I don't want to live to be 100. She was like, why do people always say they want to live to be 100? And she's 92. And she's been pretty healthy. She's like,
that's wonderful.
Like, yeah, she's like, I'm pretty healthy, but I'm slow now, and all I do is sit around. She was just funny, she was just being like funny, but like kind of made me think, like, yeah, it kind of is harder as you get older, and I mean, you can't, no one knows what time is, no one knows how long they're going to live on this planet, but, you know, it's definitely important to have your health and set and do the things now to maintain your health and set up yourself financially. And the way that, you know, I think what I love about USANA too is that once you learn how to do it and make money at it, you kind of, it's something that you can still do way into your older age.
Yes.
Because it's not so physically demanding,
exactly.
Sleep, all those things, you know. So it's like, don't give up, you know, all these newer associates, like you have to go through the growth period. It takes a couple years to learn how to do this, you know.
Yes. We always talk about 1 year to learn, right? It takes at least 1 year to learn. It takes 3 years to build your network. Then it takes 5 years to go to the diamond, go to the residual income phase. So it takes time. It's not magic. It's the same thing. It builds here, same as built in China. It's the same thing. You have to prospect, you have to talk, you have to have meeting, you have to person to person on Zoom, or you just have to go through the same thing.
Yeah, well, I love that you're saying that, because, you know, everybody sees on the weekly reports all the Chinese names, and they see it's all these Chinese people, and then they feel like, well, I'm not Chinese, so I'm not going to be as successful in USANA. But you have a moment right now. Please dispel the myth and the rumor, because you guys are doing fundamental work. Y'all aren't just like snapping your fingers and volume happens, you know? So is there something you can share with us about that?
Yes. Well, I truly believe it's the same thing. It's the fundamental. So, for example, I can, you know, we have a new team member, Kim Laide. She's a non-Chinese, right? She's just joined our team not too long ago. So she feels very intimidated because she see the majority of our teams are Chinese. But she is very incredible. You know, she follow exactly the lessons, right? The 7 or the 8 steps to success that we have, the fundamental. We introduce how we talk the 4 whys, right? Why we take supplement, why we take USANA supplements, why we do direct selling business, why we do USANA business. So, and then plus your why, which is your story, right? So those 5 whys. So those are our fundamental. And then plus invite, you prospect, invite, present, right? Closing, follow up, all those, and then having events, right? So all those fundamental classes. So she was very, very putting time and effort to learn it, to do it. So you learn and do at the same time. So she finished her triple P, right? And she prospect, she having meetings. She's an underwriter, so she's very busy during the day. No time to even make phone call. But she used whatever the squeeze, any 10 minutes, 15 minutes, she will make a phone call. Just do the fundamental thing. And now she joined our Facebook, our corporate office, so good. Having the Monday Facebook live event, right? Then also we have the mastermind, smaller group coaching by our manager. So she was joining all these, live events and the mastermind, and now she's thriving. She beat our Chinese team, our little Chinese team, and she beat our Filipino team. So she beat everyone. She's the top one producer right here. She joined, I want to say 3 months ago.
That's awesome.
So this is not a miracle, or just like because China, I admit, because China is a relatively new market, so more people getting excited about USANA, and because of that, but still have to go through the same
steps.
Like my top leader in Beijing, she meets her prospect. She meets people, like 5 people, 10 people every single day. That's how much she does every week, almost every week, not every week, but every week. Every 2 weeks, she flew from Beijing to Hong Kong because she has team there. She flew from Beijing to Shenzhen. So every month she does that. So those are, 3 hours flight.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's how she does it. Yeah. So
there you have it. You heard it here.
It's the same. It's same thing. It's just, with the passion and, because she's a, like how she started, same thing. At first she was just a user. She wasn't doing any business, But once she found out she passed the user phase, she know the beneficial of our product, and then she found out the business potential and the vision. Once she see it, she does it.
That's exciting. Oh, I love it. Well, Cordia, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
You're welcome.
Your story. You are so sweet. And to do it on the fly. Like I messaged you last night, we had someone fall through and you came through. So Cordia, thank you so much. If I can ever do the same for your teams, I would love to come on a Zoom, share my story.
Oh, yes. I would love for you to come.
Oh, great. Well, we'll talk afterwards, and schedule something, because I definitely want to also support you and your teams.
Thank you.
And what's the last piece of advice you have for everybody who's watching right now?
I think just never give up. I really think never give up, and just keep doing it. Just like you just have to realize USANA is not a quick fix, quick, easy money. You just have to put in effort, just like any other entrepreneur or any other business. You have to put in effort. Once you put in effort, and you just don't give up, because you will see the residual come in, and you just enjoy the process. I think that's the most important thing. Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process. That's right. They say progress is perfection. Don't try and be perfect. Just try and progress. That is perfection. Well, that is great advice. Well, again, Cordia, thank you so much for being a great friend. We really appreciate you. And we're going to unmute the lines right now, and everyone say thank you, Cordia, and have an awesome day.
Thank you, Cordia.
Thank you, Cordia. Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you, Cordia.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm going to call you.